Lions' expectations? Will they reach, exceed, or fail to reach the expectations um, this year? And obviously, expectations. I think most people say, well, Super Bowl. I think really, in reality, the actual expectations for the Detroit Lions is to actually, be good this year, actually be in contention for playoffs, be in contention for a Super Bowl. To me, it's not necessarily, well, they got to make the Super Bowl. It was a failure. I just think they want to put a consistent string together, a string together 2 winning seasons, 2 competitive seasons. And obviously we would love for them to win the Super Bowl. They got so close last year. Doesn't mean that the cards gonna fall their way this year. So it don't necessarily mean that, but at the same time, I think there's some other elephants in the room that kind of need to be addressed in the division with the likes of the come on, but the Green Bay Packers, because they're a team that they were similar to what the Lions did 2 years ago. Got to a shitty start and had a hot finish. Now some people might say their hot finish was they finally figured it out. Um, some people might say, well, teams just start marking them on the calendar as an easy lick, as an easy win, and as an easy win, and they was getting overlooked. So for the most part, this year for the Packers, it's kind of like it was for us last year to prove that it wasn't a fluke. The difference was they beat us. They beat us. And the difference for us was a couple years ago, we lost to Carolina, a game in which everybody said we was going to win. And I kind of told everybody that was a trap game, you know, and we lost. In a game that everybody thought Green Bay was going to get stumped out and the Lions was finally going to win on Thanksgiving, they won the game. And that had to happen because when they won that game, they went on the run. We got robbed by Dallas. Green Bay beat the hell out of Dallas. So, in a way, that had to happen. So this year is the Packers proving that they're actually who we thought they were last year to end off the season. So I believe they started the season off tomorrow in Brazil against the Philadelphia Eagles, which I did an NFL preview show. Check my other channel out, Goodfella TV. You can watch the preview show I did. I'll try to remember to share it in the community tab. So I got the Packers winning that game tomorrow in Brazil, which a lot of the player safety is a concern there. But yeah, the Packers are where we at, and pretty much where we at is proving that we can have 2 consecutive winning seasons and kind of be a team that window is open. You know, it's not a false window. It's not a window and it's nailed shut or it's glued shut. It's actually a window that's open. So that's what we proving, that we actually got an open window, or a window that's starting, that's open. Like right now, yeah, it look like what the Lions doing is that they got an open window, but in reality, they don't. We don't know it yet. It could be a false window. So, but you know, but I think they gonna prove that they the goods this year. So, but for Green Bay, they proven that that their window was like they valid this year. You know, but we've seen them win divisions before. We had never seen the Lions win the NFC North. We won the Central, but never the North. And now, everybody is pretty much saying that the Lions have arrived. They're here. We arrived. We arrived. We didn't drink and drive. We here. So, but Green Bay got some proving to do too. But the expectation, I think, in my opinion, I would love to see them win the Super Bowl. But I think the expectation is just to prove that you're a perennial top team. Like you in it to win it, year in and year out. You in it to win it. And one of the bettors, I think I did a video on it, that said that the Lions, wouldn't be good this year because they don't have a top 10 quarterback. Because to be good every year, you have to have a Rodgers, a Brady, a Manning, and they don't see Jared Goff in that vein. Well, he's in the perfect system and all that type of stuff. So Goff just got to keep proving it. He wasn't the reason they lost that NFC Championship game. You know. He wasn't the reason that we lost that game. You know, he had a missed throw where he missed that throw in the dirt to Josh Reynolds, but the other ones they dropped, really that bad run play call they had to St. Brown, not to relive a nightmare. But don't forget the Kansas City Chiefs and Ravens played today. Remember last year we upset Kansas City in Kansas City. That's what really got the gravy train rolling. Um, but yeah, he didn't play bad. I mean, he played pretty good through the whole playoffs. But then how many people really was watching Detroit Lions games last season? That's what you got to ask yourself. How many people was watching the Detroit Lions last season like that? That's the number one thing about it. Come on, how many people was really watching the Detroit Lions last year like that? Seriously. A lot of these people watch the highlights and all that stuff, and Sunday ticket is so expensive and all that type of shit, you know. But golf was good. He had a stretch where he was funky ass. He was funky feet. Yeah, I mean, all players go through that. You don't know he was dealing with an injury. The Eagles was 10-1, and all of a sudden, Cinderella carriage turned into a pumpkin. It turned into a pumpkin. So, yeah, I think they're a team um, that will live up to expectations of being one of those teams that, at the end, if they're healthy, they got a chance to win it. I think so. They gonna be one of those teams at the end. They got a chance. You gonna be like, damn. You know what I'm saying? They right there with Philadelphia. They right there with San Francisco, or they might have a Super Bowl hangover though. That's kind of gonna be the narrative. They right there to win it, and um, and one of the reasons I know that, because I had to redo this live, I had already said this stuff, but one of the reasons I know that is simply because when they went 1-6 and they went through that adversity that they went through a couple years ago, Dan Campbell didn't lose that locker room. That locker room was still behind him. They believed he turned that ship around. So they already done went through the fire. They already done went through the fire. Real talk. They already done went through the fire. You know, so, um, so, but Campbell, they believe. He just not talking hollow words. You know what I'm saying? He talking words where you really believe it. You ever, heard a speaker in person, or you heard a rapper? Like, it's different. There's a difference between like certain singers and rappers and musicians. Certain musicians, you know what I'm saying? When they sing or they play, you feel it. It's soulful. It's soul food. It's food for the soul. Like, you could feel it. Like, you could really, they paint a vivid picture, or it's so deep. Like, it just, it's an outer body experience when they singing and rapping. And when Campbell speak for the team, they believe in what he's saying. Not everybody got that gift. Everybody can get up there with a microphone and tell you to be motivated and be a motivational speaker. But when Campbell speak to them dudes in the locker room, they willing to run through a wall for him. And that 1-6 season, it had to go that way. It had to go that way. Everything happened for a reason. Some things, you may not understand why they happen. You may never know. You may never know why things happen. But some of the worst things happen for some of the best reasons. Real talk. And it might sound insane, but them going 1-6 was a blessing. You know, real talk. Real talk. So I think, the expectation for them is just to show, guess what? It's kind of like the bad boy Pistons when they said they didn't feel validated unless they won it again. Like, one wasn't enough. And in reality, they could have won 4 straight years, to be honest. But nonetheless, they said they didn't feel validated unless they went back to back. And I think they're the only team in that era that went back to back. They didn't feel validated. They didn't feel like the first one was good, was going to stand up. And even though the media took away from, them winning them championships, like it didn't happen. But um, but yeah, that had to happen. You know, I don't know if y'all seen Enter the Spider Verse with Spider-Man in them, and um, with Spider-Man, and he told him like, "Yo, dad gotta die. It has to happen." You know, no matter how much you want, for you to be the person you want, certain things gotta happen. Shout out to Man Beast Morris, salute. Campbell, I believe, got a degree in communications. Yeah, I can tell that. Zach J, salute. We're gonna have a tough division this year. I don't know, man. I like Tennessee to beat Chicago, but I don't know. I like Tennessee to beat Chicago on Sunday in Chicago. You know, I like Green Bay to beat the Eagles. Um, but you know, Quinyon Mitchell was playing they nickelback, so I didn't know that. So Bradbury moved to safety. Khalid Ringo is their other corner, and Darius Slay their other corner. So their defense was mad leaky last year. So, um, but yeah, that had to happen. That had to happen, bro. Like that 1-6, that had to happen. That Carolina game humbled them. It had to happen. That Green Bay game at the end of that season, that had to happen. So, and they drafted Pacific players to be built for this. You know what I'm saying? You know, and one thing I like about Brad Holmes is that he take chances. You know, he take chances. You know, because old buddy Matt Millen and Mark Mayhew and Tom LeWine, they ain't take no chances. They ain't take no chances. Nope. They ain't take no chances for real. Brad Holmes took chances on a character guy that he thought was they said was immature in Jameson Williams. He took a chance on James Houston after the credit card scam. Um, he took chances. So really, I can't knock him. Like, you know, he like injury prone players. Y'all sent me the article. I did the video on that, on why, because he almost lost his life in a car accident. You'll be surprised how bad a T-bone is. Uh, like, people lose their lives like that. You know, you think it's just the most T-bones are just, you know, fender benders and all. Like the way these cars built today, plastic. You know, that man said he was paralyzed right side. You know, he was paralyzed right side. What else he said? He had a stroke. Like, yeah, all that from a T-bone. That can tear you up because you're not bracing yourself for somebody to run in the back of you. So, especially these plastic cars, man, it's crazy. So that's why, you know, all this was meant to happen for them. The caliber of guys they took, the attitude that they got. But, you know, real question is Green Bay gonna live up to their expectations this year? You know, and most people don't look at it that way because as much success as Matt LaFleur had with Aaron Rodgers. You can remember last year, they was just ready to fire his ass. Be quiet. They was ready to fire his ass at one point last year. And, you know, they got hot. They got hot. And they got so many first round picks amongst that defensive front line. It's ridiculous. They got 1,000 first round picks on that D line. So yeah, I think they built for it. They drafted the high character guys for that. Yeah, they drafted the high character guys for that. And for the most part, I just think they done a great job of mapping out the players that they want. They got a structure. Guys that's built to be here, guys that's built for this. And they find a lot of production. Brad Holmes got a good eye for talent, especially when you're talking about a guy like Isaiah Williams. You know, they got a couple. Their receiving core is very interesting too to talk about them. It's very interesting because all of their guys that they got in their receiving core, I don't know if they're gonna start a fourth receiver or they're gonna bring in a fourth receiver or a fifth. I think it's what Williams. Yeah, four. I don't know if they're gonna activate a fifth on Sunday. On Sunday, but the four they got out there, they all can do something with the ball in their hand. You know, they all can do something with the ball in their hand. You know, so like Jameson Williams is a problem with the ball in the hand, yards at the catch. St. Brown is a problem with the ball in his hands. Isaiah Williams a problem. Khalif Raymond can go to the crib. He a problem. So all the receivers that they have active, you know, at least the starting four, they all problems with the ball in their hand. All of them. So that's the interesting thing about it. What they can do with the ball in their hand. You know, all of them can take it to church too. You know, Isaiah Williams might not be that much of a vertical threat, but the other ones are. Khalif, J-Mo, St. Brown. They all can get explosive plays down the field. So it's going to be interesting. So I think J-Mo is the most anticipated guy this year. I think their offense is probably going to be pretty much predicated on him and Jahmyr Gibbs in the big plays that they can create down the field. The explosive plays they can create in general. Um, so yeah. Hold on. So that's what that's going to be predicated on the explosive plays that they can create. Hold on 1 second. Yeah. Go. Be quiet. But expectations, I mean, they built for it. You know, and I think outside of Jared Goff, when we start talking about living up to expectations, just like every year, Goff got to recertify. That's what it looked like every year. Goff got to recertify. Goff got to recertify. You know, people, oh, Goff ain't this, Goff ain't. You look at his numbers, it's just as good as anybody else. I don't know if it's the mystique of the mobile quarterback, or Goff just don't, what he do, it ain't sexy. He ain't got the cannon arm, he ain't got the flashy feet. So I'm not sure if it's just that, but he's consistent. Miles, come on. He always want to go somewhere he shouldn't even be. Come on. But yeah, I mean, to be honest, uh, Goff is outside of Jameson Williams, Levi Onwuzurike. I think Goff got a lot to prove too. Oh, is he top 10? Is he better than Dak? Is he better than Jalen Hurts? Is he better than him? Is he good as this? Every year. And every other quarterback, even with Stafford, they love to bring up the numbers. They love to bring up the numbers. When it comes to Jared Goff, it's like nobody brings up the numbers about Jared Goff. Is the Patreon up? Yeah, it's up. Hit my other channel up. Goodfella TV. It's in the link tree on my other channel for sure. Go to Goodfella TV on YouTube. See my face. Hit the link tree and the Patreon up. It's free for 7 days. So, yep, check it out, bro. Yeah, I gotta do a better job of spreading the word. Yeah, free for 7 days. A bunch of content over there that ain't up on YouTube yet. On YouTube neither. A bunch of fresh content. So, come here. I'm gonna trust you to lead off the leash. I'm gonna trust this guy. I know I'm gonna regret it. I know I'm gonna regret this. What time the game about to come on? Oh, it's about to come on in a minute. So let them run around. Yeah, I got Mason today. I got Mason. I got 2 puppies like him. If somebody want them, hit me up. DM me on X, Facebook. I don't really check Instagram, but I'll check it. But if you want, I got 2 boys. They both got their parvo shots too. So, I got 2 boys. I got one that look just like him, and I got one that's gonna be bigger. He gonna be about 20, 25 pounds. They good to chase mice. They real cool dogs. Smaller one, real cool. I got some pits too. If you want a pit, hit me up. Yeah, I got pits. So let me know. Just looking to home them. So I got a bunch of pit bulls that look like Miles. I got tan ones, brown ones. Mason, come on. Bubba, no, come on. Good boy. Yup, a bunch of them. So if you looking for an animal, small dog, big dog, let me know. I got you. So I'm just trying to get rid of them. Real fair price, real cheap price. So if you ain't got no money, if you can take care of them, you can have them. Shit, hold on. Both the one of the boys. Hold on, let me show you. I'm trying to get this on. This don't go on this. One of the boys look just like him with the white, and I got one that's just straight like no white, same color. Come here, bigger one too. Good dogs for kids, the whole nine. Good at chasing mice. Um, so yeah, if y'all interested, let me know. Especially if you Detroit area, I can drop them off to you, or you can pick them up from. Uh, but yeah, but yeah, if you're interested, I got some pits. Just hit me up. I'll send you the picture of the pits. They all pretty. Got girls, boys, white, brown, black, all black, black and black, white chest. Uh, so let me know. Just trying to find them homes, good dogs, no vicious history, none of that. Uh, got the whole bloodline if you want to come see them uh, for the pits, and I got the mama and daddy for the mini pinchers. But yeah, but that the Patreon up, so check that out. Go to my main channel, Goodfella TV. Links in the link tree, appreciate it. But yeah, I look forward to the Lions on Sunday. I'm gonna do a Rams preview. I know Saturday gonna be hectic for me personally, so I'm gonna try to get it up tomorrow. I should get all my stuff out the way tomorrow on Saturday in the morning. Um, so yeah, and then Sunday morning after my workout, depends how, or maybe before my workout, I get up early. We do a live on we do a Sunday morning Rams live or something. So the slate look good. While walking home, got Chicago um, taking on Tennessee. I like Tennessee to win that. They in Chicago. I think Hopkins available, Ridley available. Uh, got another receiver too. I didn't know they had over there. It's Hopkins, Ridley. So not Traylon Burks, but they got another older receiver over there too. Forget who it was. Um, and I think obviously Green Bay plays the Packers. Packers play the Vikings. I like the Packers Packers play the Eagles. I like the Packers over the Eagles in Brazil. Why they scared for their life in Brazil, which it go down in Brazil. um, who else we got? The Vikings play the Giants. I think they might. I don't know if they at home. Give me the Giants in that one. I am not a Sam Darnold fan. They should start that Mullins guy. I am not a Darnold fan. So I got Green Bay winning. Y'all know I got the Lions beating the Rams by a point. The Rams defensive backfield is pretty bad. They got banged up. Offensive line pretty banged up. And um, uh, what else we got going on there? Aaron Donald retired, but they got another rookie receiver that's pretty damn good too. Um, yeah, they got a rookie receiver that's pretty damn good too. I forget the dude's name. But the Lions defensive backfield gonna take some time to gel, so be prepared for that. You're gonna see some blown coverages. All of them been hurt at some point this season, not named Amick Robertson. Amick Man in the nickel, Burns going to strong safety, Kirby Joseph free safety. Kirby had, I forget, hip injury, Burns had an ankle, Carlton Davis had a hamstring, Terrion Arnold starting at the other corner. He had a chest injury or something. So Amick Robertson's been the only corner that's been healthy all offseason. So only DB that's starting. I think Effie Malafano, he was at the open practice today practicing. Um, so he the only person that's really on that injury list right now. So yeah, he the only person that's really on that injury list. So, but yeah, the longest tenure group together is the linebackers. The D-line getting some new flavor. Marcus Davenport, he always injured. Not a fan, but he flashed a couple seasons, his rookie season, and like his third or fourth season. The Vikings playing a majority of his they paying a majority of his salary this year. Levi Nazorki, he basically new. Is he healthy? Who else we got? DJ Reader. Sound like he gonna play Sunday as well too. So they got some newcomers there. But the linebacker core is solid. Barnes, Anazoni, Jack Campbell. So should be fun. Should be fun. Stafford gonna look to get revenge. His wife not coming this time. No Diddy. Well, if she coming, I ain't gotta say that. But some of her mental health. So shout out to them. So it should be a good game. Wouldn't surprise me one bit if the Rams won. I'd rather had one. I'd rather win both. But if I had to pick a game, I'd rather have that playoff win than this regular season win. So, but yeah, that's all I got. I just want to do a short live. Had to take them out for another walk. About to watch the Ravens in Kansas City. I believe it come on NBC.